a king. To the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot what said that you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs live. Fast talking, no wriggling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That flash making a portrait. Gun kick back, knock grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's the man with king? To the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot what said that you claim it.
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Said what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
What's a man or a king? To the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot what said that you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs live. Fast talking, no wriggling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That flash making a portrait. Gun kick back, knock grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's a man or a king? To the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot what said that you claim it.
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Said what you running from, what you running from. I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
Peace and blessings and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. Now I'm feeling a whole lot better than before. I ain't gonna lie. But I did tell you that I will be going live today. And on this glorious Monday, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. We are starting to see the battle plans for everyone as the future starts to unfold. We see the battle plans for Steam. We see the battle plans for Nintendo. More of the same. We see the battle plans for PlayStation. Copy and paste. And we see the battle plans for Xbox. Lead the charge. We know the principal people that are in place. Now, I do not expect any more of PlayStation guys. I do not expect any more of PlayStation guys to shift around. Shift around, you know what I mean? I mean, Hiroki moving anywhere. I believe that Sony has positioned their generals in the places that they need them to be. With the public disrespect to Herm and placing blame square on his shoulders, Herm took it better than most. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. You would see other people would not be comfortable with that. Like you can see Mikey Barra going crazy online every 5 seconds with Microsoft on the brain. I don't know what transpired there that he's in a dark space, right? He's in a dark space. So, but Xbox, they have been positioned for years with their principal generals in place. With Matt Booty doing what he does, Sarah Bond doing what she does, and Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelia Spencer doing what he does. With the new team over at Nintendo, now that team over at the new guys over at Nintendo, we gotta keep it a beam. The new people over at Nintendo are doing phenomenal for that device. The device is an underpowered device that is the little train that could. It's more powerful than the regular Switch. So the Switch 2, I mean, listen. They saw the blueprint. They said, we're not going to switch up the name. We're going to keep the name as is. Just put a 2 behind it. It's successful for PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, blah, blah, blah. And stay focused. And traditionally, Nintendo's don't do like 2s when it comes to consoles. So, seeing what they did, keep it status quo. It's not too bad. With revelations coming out this week with copy and paste people. Now, the copy and paste people, you got a lot of people talking about PlayStation was pioneers in this area, and they did it first, and they was the first one to do cross buy and cross save, and they was the first ones. I was there. A true cross buy is a game that you can purchase on a device, and it's the same exact game that you're going to play on another device, and you buy it here and you're able to play it here. Not a dumbed down version of whatever you purchased here. So they were doing a lot of dumbed down versions when it came to Vita and stuff like that. So I understand what you're talking about. Now, when you want to talk about Gaikai, for you not knowing who Gaikai truly is and the product that they had before that, I got to bring you up to speed. They had something called On Live. And On Live was an On Live service that allowed you to play a lot of games over the cloud. And, Sovereign and I purchased it. We brought into the service. And they went out of business. And, Sony went and brought them. And that kind of is what happens when you're an early opter. Like, I'm an early adopter. I opt in very early in the life cycle of any device, and I support until either they make it or they don't. Now, what we did see over the platform wars very early on, we seen Amazon jump in with that Luma thing. We saw Google with Stadia. We saw a lot of smaller upstarts get demolished, and we saw larger entities like Google and Amazon just get their teeth kicked in. And you would think, I got to give a shout out to Bill Stillwell. All right, so Boom and I and Grown Woman Gaming's, especially Delilah, we were at a fan fest and we got a chance to try out xCloud. Now, I don't know what was the true conditions that we were under when we were playing it, but for then it was pretty decent. It's not what it is now. Now it's kind of crazy. Oh wow! What is it? CKY Halo member for 20 months. Soldier V rank. I salute you, Soldier. Happy Monday. Keep up the great work. Blessings. Did you see the videos that I put up? I'm going to do more videos. I got a chance to see the Frankenstein. We saw Badlands. I don't know if I'm going to see Badlands with Cog or whoever this week, because this Saturday is Cog's birthday. So I know Sovereign went to go see it, and this Saturday just passed, and I know Forte went to go see it. But I'm doing reviews as well on my channel for movies, because wifey and I goes to the movies all the time, and I go a lot faster than these other guys do. So I do like to do reviews on movies. I do love that stuff. When Attic and I do get a chance to do it, we'll throw it on Patreon for Iron Lords for R&R. But I'm putting it up there for the members because that stuff, I don't break the movie. I don't tell you, what's really going on. I just tell you if it's a good movie or not, how I feel about the movie, if it's lukewarm or whatever. And then also, same thing with game reviews. I'll throw a game review out there. Somebody was like, oh, it's not detailed enough. Me personally, I really just want you to go play the game. If it's a good game, then I'm like, go ahead. It's not going to be a time waster. Those type of things. It's not really so much to give you like an ACG breakdown. Angry Centaur Gaming, ACG is the best that does it. So I'm not trying to encroach on his lane. I would really steer you towards him if you want a detailed breakdown and you want everything spoiled from you. I'm not one of those people. I don't spoil things for people. I personally want people to enjoy like I enjoy, so I don't want to steal that from you. I want that to be a welcoming thing. But as we see these battle plans getting drawn out, now I have a ton of topics, right? And hold on, let me pull my topics up. I have a ton of topics. And I do want to go over, it's like, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 topics. I do want to go over what the battle plans is looking like for Xbox. Because, every week people are getting paid nowadays, and this is their Christmas money. If you didn't know, the reason why a lot of these guys are going super hard right now during this period of time with the whole Xbox is dead and questioning leadership and doing all this stuff, because negative Xbox news actually sells. So individuals are trying to get as much money as they possibly can for the holidays. Skipping over Thanksgiving, right? Really doesn't matter, right, to them, right? Well, there's a lot of weirdos do this. One guy tells me, oh, I should just go to the PlayStation side. That's the easy thing. Why the hell would I go to something that, let me tell you the complete difference. Like, this is the complete difference when it comes to my Xbox versus my PlayStation. You can tell Xbox gamer and a PlayStation gamer immediately off the bat when it comes to the game choices. Now, I know this is a misnomer and a lot of people don't know this, but like probably one of my greatest games of all time is The Last of Us 2. Now, with that being said, the majority of the other games that I will say that are my games that I love are games with a multiplayer component. A lot of those games have multiplayer components because I thrive on the interconnectivity that you get and interactiveness that you get to have with other gamers. Now, when you talk to PlayStation gamers, the majority of the games are solo games, and like multiplayer games is probably a rarity, and that's there. They don't cultivate that enough for me over there for me to be like, oh, yo, I love it over there. It's just not how it goes. And then I like cutting edge ideas and thoughts. Like, one of the biggest questions that I have, and I don't know if any of you guys have thought about this or concerned with this, is because with this device here, which is an Xbox, because it plays Xbox games, but this device does not have quick resume. I think quick resume with these series consoles was the greatest thing ever made. It took away a perceived advantage that PlayStation had when it came to its SSDs. It removed the whole idea that you have to wait for loading times and all this other stuff. It was the most immersive, get you back into a game idea that has revolutionized, I think, this generation. This generation, and I think Shohei had touched on this, that SSDs changed fundamentally how gaming was for consoles, because PC's been doing it for a long time. right? So I know PC guys is like, come on, that's old hat. Like now you have to get to frame generation, false frames. A lot of stuff like the PlayStation 5 Pro is trying to deliver false frames in order to get higher frame rates. The last really good consoles, in my opinion, was the PlayStation 5 Pro, the PlayStation 4 Pro and the Xbox One X, with the Xbox One X being the greater of the two. Oh, Craig. Yo, Karen Reason Tomato Salad. Yo, what happened? You changed your name? Where did PlayStation put the games at other than PlayStation products? I think if PlayStation put their games everywhere, they're copying. They put it on PC. I don't think they're... When I'm talking about copy and paste, and you're gonna get a chance to see what I'm talking about in a second, they don't have the ability to do what Xbox does, right? Somebody misunderstood exactly what I was talking about when I was talking about trillions and billions and how the trillionaire woke up before the billionaire, and I was talking about trillions and seconds. Trillions of seconds. If I have trillions of seconds and you have billions of seconds, I'm going to get there a whole lot faster than you are. So they're able to do a whole lot more than what Sony's able to do. So with Microsoft, when I'm talking about the cloud stuff, we're seeing now that they're betting heavily on their cloud. They could have been launched that PlayStation Portal with the ability to play without a console. Remember the hell that Xbox guys were getting when Xbox came out with the whole title, no console needed? Same thing for the PlayStation. It's just they don't have the ability at the moment to partner with somebody. And I think they will partner with Roku. Where these guys partnered with Amazon, I think they will partner with Roku and get Roku devices to have that app. This is the reason why they're working on that app. We're going to get into that. We're going to talk about PlayStation's copying of what Xbox is doing. But if somebody is dead, why would you copy a dead guy? Why would the copying of a dead person be something that you would want to be if you're so alive? If you have so much life, why would your idea be, let's copy that? And to further point out how the hypocrisy of a lot of these channels are out here, why would Xbox be the one in danger next year? Why? Because only one game will be coming out from Sony, right? But besides the baseball, one game will be coming out from Sony. That would be the Wolverine, if it makes it out, right? So you would feel that that one game would kind of be safe because they starving, they need a game. But this is where the slickness of Xbox is. Knowing that the PlayStation device is a third-party machine, this is really, how many first-party games are you going to get a year for the thing? You're not going to get a lot, all right? So let's not act like they're pushing out first-party games by the buckets. They're not Microsoft. Let's stop that, all right? They're on life support, so they get their one game out a year, and they told you don't look forward to nothing. And during those droughts, PlayStation guys are looking at Xbox stuff. Like what is Xbox gonna do? Like what is that? But I got a good idea about tomorrow, and I do want to talk about this because I think this makes a lot of sense for them. Now, this completely came out of the blue, but I had heard something about it, and it was about the State of Play airs tomorrow on November 11th, And, tune in for a special episode featuring announcements and updates on games from Japan and across Asia. Now, there's one game that I'm particularly interested in, and that's Phantom Blade Zero, because I got a chance to play it, and I think that we're going to get a date for that game. I'm highly into Chinese fighting, Chinese like Shaw Brother films, and I thought that that game within itself actually encapsulated all of that whole golden arms, five deadly venoms, one armed swordsman, those type of things, Last Masters of Shaolin, Kung Fu Ninjas. It embodied that to me. And that's one of the games that I'm looking forward to. Now, that's the only game that I'm looking forward to, and I think that's the game that is probably going to be like the headliner there. I don't really think they're going to have too much there, but they said it's going to be like 40 minutes? 40 minutes of updates. Now, there's going to be some games that are going to be making it there, or games that like where the wind blows. I don't want games to be taking 10 minutes and breakdowns and stuff like that. I do want them to just be kind of in and out with what they're going to talk about. But they have some indie creations and stuff like that. So again, I don't really know what they have to offer, except for that whole Asian hero thing that they were trying to do. Well, what they were doing with this guy, Shohei, and I thought Shohei actually helped spearhead all of that. Now, without Shohei being there, I don't know what they do next. But I also think tomorrow we're going to start seeing a trend that I'm not a fan of when it comes to these companies that are foreign entities that look after our American and Canadian, European dollars. This is not the first time I heard this, that the new leak claims that the PlayStation 5 is about to get a major price cut, but only in Japan. Now, when the Switch did it, I was in an uproar when the Switch did it. Region lock switches that are at 300 and some change, while we have switches that have English language, and that thing is $500. So you're going to tell me that prompts and stuff like that and menus, translating them to English, facilitates a $200 price tag. And I think that is, in a sense, patriotic for them, but anti-consumer for the rest of the world. And I believe that PlayStation is going to go around and do that. I believe that they will have region-locked consoles. Now, we used to have region-locked consoles before, back in the days, and we would import them, and I imported a lot of them. Like my Dreamcast, my Super Famicom, my PC Engine, my Saturn, my PlayStations. I have imported many consoles back in the days. Now, I don't know if back then console prices were different there and different here. I don't know that, right? But what I can say now that I'm on this end of the industry, and not on just the consumer aspect of it, that now I need some hometown hero baseball with Xbox. Like, if these guys are going to take nationalism to that extent with their stuff, then I really believe that the last American console needs to do the same thing. I think that Canada and America, if Microsoft, and don't give me that crap that you're a global company with the vested interest of global shareholders. Don't give me that shit. I don't care about that stuff. Microsoft is an American company, and if these two Japanese companies are giving hometown discounts, region lock console, then let it be, B. Then let it be. Then you do the same. Next generation consoles, these consoles, drop them down. Drop them down to prices that make their jaws drop. and make the rest of the world pay crazy different prices. But you can't have those consoles be over there for that cheap. And I saw it when I was there. I saw Switches at that price. And I'm like, damn. That's crazy to me. And I was like, you're able to buy it? What is it going to do for me? I already had my Switch. I came with a Switch. It's just, is for them that's in Japan, in Asia, great. That's wonderful. For everyone else that's a fan, especially if you're in my chat and you're on this side of the equator, come on, man. There's no way that you could be championing something like that without looking for a little hometown discount. And I don't think that that's fair. Honestly, when it comes to stuff like that, I think we evolved, and I just don't see that as anything that is consumer friendly in this day and age. And I swear to God, Microsoft better not, because the first time I get a chance to ask them that question, I'm going to ask them the question, are you going to explore the region lock avenue and having a lower skew price for Americans, Canadians, or Europeans, or whatever, but us on this side, English speaking, those devices? And I guarantee you they're going to tell me that damn crap that we're a global entity and we look at ourselves as that. I believe that Sony looks at themselves as a global entity. I believe that Nintendo looks at themselves as a global entity, but they're having hometown discounts for their native countries. And I don't give a damn, but I think those same offerings should be handed our way. I think my money spends just as well as their money. I'm just saying. I mean, show some national pride. Now, and I know this is a little PlayStation heavy, but I'm trying to get the crap out of the way. You know how when you clean up the floor, you get all the heavy debris out of the way before you get to the good stuff? So I'm trying to get the crap out of the way, and then we can get to the stuff. But a leaked PlayStation Store file suggested that Sony could be exploring cross-buy between PC and PlayStation, and if I don't think he has any pictures here of it. All right, so what it looked like, it was and I would have kept a picture of it. It was you said PS and slash PC, and I think going forward with what they were doing. Remember when they was offering the job title for the storefront that they were doing, and they was doing the app to go along with the storefront? All right, so that whole mobile aspect of it, and I believe that they have those people in place. I believe that the infrastructure is already built out. I think that this is a second arm to that whole infrastructure, and doing what Microsoft is doing, cross-buy, cross-save, cross-progression, all of that stuff doesn't take away from your purchase, right? The whole idea now, purchasing a game and having so many dual identities with that title gives it so much more flexibility, and you start to see more engagement, and the metrics is the part that matters. Your engagement is what matters now, and they're at the point where they realize that is what is driving, right? So knowing that this drives, knowing that this is what's going to make the money, they already built this aspect of it. They're just getting this verbiage and this aspect to it together. So then when it does pop up, it's not foreign. You need it in place. Because when you have a portal, and that portal is, you don't need a PlayStation 5. Literally, you can just go buy a portal. If you already have a digital library, you make sure that you link it to your digital library, and you're able to play your games from the cloud without one. All right, so that they have already crossed the Rubicon when it came to that. They have already made that device the device that everybody thought that you needed. You no longer need anymore. I think if they would have had that mentality going forward, I think you could have made the VR wireless. I think it would have sold more. So this is a better thing for them. Being able to be more open, be more flexible, be more inviting when you purchase a game from them, I think this makes a whole lot more sense because understand this. There's going to be bigger actors in the next generation. Okay? You got Steam that is actually out here having their Steam machines that's going to hit the deck. They're going to be outside, but I think Steam is going to hit a wall. Because I don't think Steam is going to offer, and I think Steam is leveraging their relationship with Xbox, because I don't think Steam is going to offer, and hold on, let me make sure that I have that. I don't think Steam is going to offer you purchasing different storefronts on their device. I don't think they're going to have Epic Store there. I don't think they're going to have GOG there. I think if you open it up and work on it, you'll be able to do that. But I don't think those things are going to be innately launchable as soon as you open up your device. And I think that right there is their Achilles heel when it comes to next gen. Because understand this. PlayStation, for all intents and purposes, will have that handheld. And I think that handheld will sell, and I think it'll knock out the PlayStation 6, hashtag no PlayStation 6. We're going to run it up on these bumps. I'm going to keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. With so many different moving parts coming in next generation, where that Steam Deck 2 is going to come out. That Steam device is going to hit the streets. You're going to have a lot of devices that's going to be out there that's going to be vying for your engagement with the Xbox devices. Windows devices. Let me explain the reason why I'm saying Windows devices. They all will be running a Windows operating system. Even Linux, from what I heard, and I'm not no gearhead, is like some based on Linux on Windows in some loose form or fashion. I don't know that for sure, but again, they are in a position where I don't think they're going to be as dominant as they are normally on PC. On PC, they're just a storefront where you go to and you guys feel cool about it, right? I don't think when somebody goes to the store, they're going to be like, let me get a Steam machine. I think they're selling to the same consumer, and I think it's going to fail the same way it failed before. The difference between the Xbox machine and their machine is, one, the Xbox machine is going to be talking to Xboxers, right? You guys like that commercial, Xboxers? Yeesh. They're making it hard, boy. The last one with the phone, boy. But anyway, they're going to be talking to Xbox people. Now, with the hopes of getting somebody that is in college that wants a gaming device but has a large Steam library but doesn't want to upgrade or whatever, somebody that's in between type of thing, or somebody that wants to get out of console but still have that console experience but also grow a Steam and Epic and GOG library. So PlayStation sees this, sees that Steam is going to be making a bunch of money, GOG, Epic Store, and Microsoft. Well, if they have their storefront on the Xbox device and their storefront for whatever they do, they're pretty much is going to be bouncing off each other and making money. The logical step with them is to make sure that they do become an app. They do have an app. Now, I know you're saying, well, Xbox is an app because it has a Game Pass app. Of course, I told you it was the platform long time ago. Look at the merch store. Third party before dishonor. No disrespect. It's just the fact that either you can go away or you could play. Right? Title of this stuff, Microsoft next big move revealed. And I got more stuff. I got Microsoft and I got Xbox stuff. Don't worry. You got to set it up. You got to set it up. These PlayStation dudes, they want to bury you. You got to set them up. They're in the chat. They're in the chat. Linux uses Proton trick apps to work on if it was Windows. That's cool. Listen, so check this out. The reason why I'm saying that I think Steam is going to hit a brick wall is because I have my Steam Deck, right? And remember, I had the original ROG. I got rid of the original ROG because I didn't like the interface. It was clunky. It was just too much. It was just PC. This thing, first of all, the ergonomics is in your hand is crazy. I'm not even gonna hold you. Anybody that picks this thing up understands exactly what I'm talking about. Same thing with the Portal. The Portal actually feels nice in your hand. It's just too light for me, but it's cool. It's better than the Switch. The Switch feels absolutely flimsy, but the Switch got the games that I like opposed to the Portal. Right? Whatever. All right. So this thing here plays my Steam games the same way, if not better. Well, Black Myth plays better on this device than it does on my Steam, than on my Steam Deck. So then, if you do everything that Steam does, I don't need it. I don't need the Steam. So my Steam Deck is upstairs sitting down, and my son gets a chance to play it every now and again, and he has fun with it. So I'm like, good, have fun, enjoy it. That's up to you. It's cool. It's no problems. But Xbox being ahead of the curve with this very important device, because if nobody understand, this thing is a test bed. This thing is definitely showing them what's right and what's wrong with their game plan and how to improve it before they actually go to the big body machine. That $1,400 machine. This machine I told you, $1,499. And I know you guys is like, King, that's a crazy price. I understand. Do I condone the price? Hell no. If I ever want to pay for a device, I want to pay $399 for everything. I am a consumer. Don't ever get that part misconstrued. Don't ever do that. But at the end of the day, I think Microsoft understands their position, and I think that open storefront thing actually plays better. Now, how would the PlayStation? I don't think ever the PlayStation will have Steam on their machines, GOG, whatever. No storefronts, only their stuff. I think that closed wall garden stuff to them is actually going to do them a lot of harm, but I think it works best for them. Right? I don't ever think they believe themselves to be greater than who they know they are. Right? So, okay. You have that cross-buy stuff with the PC. That means day and date. That means any Xbox device will have every PlayStation game day and date. I believe Wolverine is going to be the first game that's going to show you that it's going to be day and date on the PC as well as the PlayStation. I know you're going to tell me that Helldivers already did it. I hear exactly what you're talking about. I'm talking about single player game, not a multiplayer game, because you know that the ponies is out here telling you stupid things like, oh, but that's not a multiplayer. That's a multiplayer game, bro. That's not a single player game. You know, our bread and butter is single player. So again, they're going to get them. Don't worry. All right. So Todd Howard was in the news, and Todd Howard is teasing the progress on Elder Scrolls 6. I think Elder Scrolls 6 is talked about at the next Summer Games Fest, Xbox Showcase in June. I think Elder Scrolls 6 comes with a sizzle reel. I don't think it's out until 2028, probably 2027 at the earliest. I think that they have a very clear vision for the game, and they said they're working on other things. So other things we know is going to be the Fallout projects, right? You already see the Fallout 4 update. I think they're going to start doing stuff like that, like they did with the whatchamacallit, the Elder Scrolls, where it was just the overlay, the graphical overlay. So I think they do all those wonderful things, and they understand that they can get cash that way, while also continuing Fallout 76, which is a big cash cow for them. Now, I did not know that Minecraft was the game that saved Xbox. I watched that video. All right, so there's a couple of people out there that I watch and that I respect. You know, if I've been on their show and stuff. So the Chaos Lounge put out a video last week. I think it was last week, and I'm watching. I'm catching up on videos or whatever because I was sick, and I'm catching up on videos. And he put out an interview that Phil did, and he was talking about Mojang and how they weren't actively trying to purchase them. They floated it out there, but they didn't want to have anything to do with it, but they still kept their lines open. And then they had called Microsoft and talked about it. And at that time, Phil was getting a lot of resistance inside the building. That was before Satya was who he was and where he was at. And I was like, damn, I did not know that Minecraft, a game that I don't care for, I don't play, will not be a game that, if my life depended on it, I will have to play it. But other than that, that game saving Xbox, if you would have told me that and I would have had to bet my life on it, I would have lost and I would have been gone. But again, you don't know what game is the game that helps your beloved console continue to stay. Right? Because, listen, with the Wii U, Nintendo was looking out at the front door. They was out. With the PlayStation 3, Sony was looking out. So with the Xbox One and how bad that they bungled without Minecraft, we're looking at hashtag no Xbox, no series consoles. That would be a damn shame. Could you imagine never touching quick resume? Never having that. Oh my God. Like, I you know what? And I haven't had a chance to talk to anybody to ask them if quick resume is a top priority on the console. Because it has to be. It has to be. And I understand that, PlayStation guys don't get it when they get Xbox titles, so they don't really understand it. They just, I want to know what it looks like over there, I got to buy Xbox game. That's so stupid, though. Like, to buy an Xbox game on my PlayStation just to see how stupid it is without quick resume. Okay, yeah, so what? They made a movie about Minecraft, but that doesn't mean I knew that they saved Xbox. Like, just because they made a movie and I didn't see the movie. So, if I don't see the movie, if I don't play the game, if I don't think the game is as influential as somebody else may think it is, because listen, Addict plays the game and is a serious Minecraft-aholic. Okay, if you told me that Epic would have went out of business if it wasn't for Fortnite, I would definitely believe you. Yep, Fortnite saved them. Definitely say that. Yep, Fortnite did it. I would say that. because I'm a Fortnite gamer and I understand the impact and I see the zeitgeist around whenever Fortnite does anything. And speaking of Fortnite, this weekend on the 15th, no, is the 18th, you get the crew. Oh my God, I'm be right back at it. So anybody's looking to run, we'll be right back at it. Wow, that movie was great. It was? So Minecraft indeed has been carrying Xbox. Yup, a lot of bots just took it for granted. I didn't, I swear to God, I did not know that. And listen, that's crazy, right? And trying to understand, like, dudes will honestly think that you say, yo, Halo been holding Microsoft down, not knowing that it's the little blockhead dudes over there that's doing it. That's been everywhere. Like, dudes is fighting that Master Chief is going over to PlayStation. There's dudes is listen, real Xbox dudes, that smells disgusting. That Master Chief is going over there, right? I mean, come on. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if you even not even a console warrior. I saw a lot of people like, oh, really? PlayStation is gonna get a hold of that? And I'm like, like, but it's not something that. This is the reason why I could never run Xbox. A lot of dudes was like, yo, they should tell you to do marketing. No, they shouldn't. Not me. Not me, because I'm not impartial enough to actually abstain from the garbage. Like, I am not above getting in the mud and getting dirty. Like, I'm just not. And I would do stupid stuff. I would sink the company. It's not for me. But I didn't know that stuff. He said, Jack Black Hills in the Minecraft. Okay, I got to check it. Keep it simple. Minecraft is the reason MAUs. Yo, you know what? And I believe that because there's millions of people playing. King David, no need to buy an Xbox game on PlayStation for testing. Half of Bethesda games are already in the PlayStation Plus. Yo, that's crazy. You're right. And I do got stupid PlayStation Plus. I do got that stupid PlayStation Plus. They just overcharge me every damn year. They had one game that I thought that was good, and then it came to Xbox, and I was like, damn it. I'm going to talk about somebody mama. I hope they try to find me. Yo, you are stupid, Karen. Let's see this. All right, so the Xbox ROG Ally 2026 update roadmap, improvements for Windows Gaming, Windows 11, and next-gen Xbox in detail. All right, so Windows Central brought this up, and it was a ton of stuff, right, that they were bringing up, right? So they said frequently they would make sure to have Play Anywhere titles, PC Game Pass, and all that other stuff, and they're looking for apps. They're going to sport the same Windows 11 PC gaming experience. You could take this as a development operating system roadmap for the next-gen Xbox as well. Here's what's coming to the Xbox ROG and Xbox ROG Ally X. Here's the updates. Xbox ROG Ally range. You said Legion. All right, so Nova Legion Go and the previous gen ROG Ally range. They will be getting that Xbox Nexus experience. All right. So advanced shaded delivery. I've experienced this advanced shaded delivery already. Okay. So when you first download a game, it downloads it. It unpacks it very fast. Like without that, with one of those games without it, it takes a little time. It takes like a minute or two. But with it, it takes a couple of seconds and it downloads it really fast. And then you're able to get inside the game with no hiccups and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. All right, automatic super resolution. Now, I heard about automatic super resolution and I saw the implementations that they did do. And I was watching this at GDC. So when I was watching it at GDC, there's no tweaking and twerking that you need to do yourself. And I think removing that out of the hands of the consumer changes the experience of the device. So no longer is it just like skewed to PC guys. PC guys can get in there. Kay Asante can get inside the his devices and do what Kay Asante does. And he's a master at that. I'm not a master at that. I just want my devices. I want to pick them up. I want to play them. I want them to work. I want them to be as fast and efficient as possible. So these two things actually works out in my favor when it comes to that. Now, like the auto super resolution, again, it's kind of like the pisser type of thing. Super resolution, low latency, yada yada yada, frames, making sure that your resolution is as high as it's going to be for that small frames. Small screen, but also keeping your frame rate pretty high. All right, it's pretty cool. Xbox Ally will get a big TV update. All right, so how many of you had this and have y'all linked it up to your televisions yet? All right, so this device here, I got two devices. I got one device here. I got one device upstairs on the other TV. If you can see, this one still has the cap on it because I haven't hooked it up to this monitor yet to do my testing. But this is pretty much a passive pass-through with Ethernet port here, right? So just in case I do want to go online and stuff like that. It has HDMI here, has a bunch of USBs here that you're able to throw in here. So this again puts my ROG in here. It rests in here, just like that. You see that? It rests right inside here. You place this dongle in the top, and then you have the HDMI from the back that goes straight to the television, straight to your monitor, and you're able to see it on the big screen mode. And I use a controller. Shout out to Patrick Allen with the $2 super chat. Why is it the xCloud is not as good as PlayStation Cloud? I would beg to differ. Did you guys get a chance to see Iron Lords? And we did not do this on purpose. If you look at our last community stream that we did with Halo, and we're about to do another community stream, probably with Helldivers or something like that. I actually game a lot more because I'm readily available in the daytime, more so than a couple of other guys. Attic is as readily available as I am. So I think pretty much if you want to go for clarity, the PlayStation has nice clarity, but then speed, delivery system, and all that other stuff that's going on with xCloud now, and now that they're moving up to 1440p, I think they're pretty much comparable. But I had to use it in real world activity, and I have to give the edge to xCloud because we were all streaming. I think it was me, Cog, Attic, and a couple of other people that didn't have the Halo Infinite multiplayer downloaded, and I was just streaming it, and I didn't know that you could stream it, but we streamed it anyway. The first minute or so, it was like, I guess it was catching up or something, but after it caught up, then you couldn't perceive if I was playing it natively or in the cloud. And it was at a point in time that I had forgot that I was streaming it. So, and this is no cap, maybe just because the proximity that where I'm at, and I'm on the Ethernet here, my streaming was I don't know. When I do stream from this device, from my console, I do have a great experience. I can't say they saw it because a lot of you guys got a chance to see Wu-Chang Falling Feathers on this device. I don't know if I'm going to get a PlayStation Portal at some point in time. I don't have the need for it, I don't need to do it for content. So I can't sit there and tell you that it's a bad device. Actually, I think it's a good device for anybody that needs it for what they want it for, right? If it works for them. Me personally, I don't play my PlayStation as much as that, and I would not need that device for anything. It would actually literally catch dust in my house. But I do think they have a great service for what they're asking the device to do. They're not asking the device to do as much as I think xCloud is. I think xCloud was made with multiplayer individuals in mind when it comes to like Call of Duty and stuff like that. Patrick Allen with the $5 super chat. This is Microsoft. There should be no reasons they're falling behind PlayStation xCloud. Yo, listen, I 100% agree with you. I think that they should storm PlayStation out in every aspect. You don't think that somebody that is sitting in his room with an Xbox chair, with an Xbox jacket, an Xbox chain, and the channel is Xbox Frontline News. You don't think that individual wants Xbox to be stomping PlayStation out? But you can't win in every aspect, right? In some aspects of war, you're going to lose. Like, okay, we're going to have to lose the ocean to these guys. Or we're going to have to lose air superiority. All right, we just went on the ground and we're win on these things. It's just, and not at all times is everybody going to be flawless, right? I wish they had more single player games, right? But then I can look over at PlayStation and say, I wish you guys had more multiplayer games. But then Microsoft, I guess somebody had a big brain idea and said, yo, why are we fighting with these idiots? Let's just go make money. Let's go send multiplayer games over there. They don't got it. Let's get that bread. Somebody over at PlayStation is going to have a big brain idea. The moment that they have a big brain idea and decide to put single player games on Xbox, well, then that's going to be a paradigm shift. That guy is going to get a hell of a raise. Remember, they're already looking for that guy. I don't know if they got him yet. But that's going to be a hell of a raise for that guy. All right. They said improvements to xCloud saves, improvements to micro SD card game storage management. Now, I haven't had any problem with game storage management when it came to my wife is streaming Days Gone on her ROG, and it looks pretty good. Yeah. Buy either, or the OLED is pretty good. You said King David, I'm starting to get FOMO after my wife brought the Xbox ROG Ally. Do you think it's worth holding out for the Luigi and Go 2? I would be a liar if I told you that I'm looking for any device after this, like when it comes to a handheld, right? I would be a liar and tell you that, right? And I tell you I have my Steam Deck upstairs. And I do go to these conventions and I do get a chance to touch other devices. Now, I ain't gonna lie. That big screen on the MSI Claw, that joint is crazy. Patrick Allen with the $2 super chat, but PlayStation is using Microsoft Text. They listen. No, what? You talking about the Azure cloud? I don't think they are. I think they're using AWS. I think me and Cog had that conversation. I think they reversed it. Remember when they was doing that whole chip thing and they was going to use the cloud service and they was going to give like transistors over to Microsoft and they was going to use the Azure cloud service. I think they did it for a short period of time and PlayStation went to AWS. Honestly, I think so. I don't know if they're still on the cloud service over at Microsoft. I don't think so anymore. I think that thing is over with, but I could be wrong. But listen, kudos to them for prioritizing what they need to prioritize. That's just the simple fact. But who was that said that? That is Wade Johnson. Johnson. What I would say is wait till both of them are at a store that you can go try both of them out. Being that you got the Xbox ROG Ally X inside your house, that your wife has it. I mean, is she hogging it? Would she let you use it? Because then you can get two different devices and actually compare both of them. And I would tell you buy yours at Best Buy with the warranty. And if you don't like that device, you could just take it back and just swap it for whatever device you want. I say try all three with the MSI Claw. I like the MSI Claw because I like the big screen. Just that's just me. But also again, because I gotta wear these damn glasses. GMB Pods with the Canadian $5 super chat. Keep up the grind. Good work. Solid fun content. Sign Gamesley. Oh, what's up, Gamesley? That's my dude. Yo, I really like him. I really like him a lot. All right. So, and then he goes through stuff that he hopes to see. I'm not going into what people hope to see because I give you a lot of my expectations for things throughout the year. So I'm not doing that. I'm not going to go into that about hopes and dreams because hopes and dreams means nothing to me. Well, somebody else's hopes and dreams means nothing to me. King David, I game mostly on my Asus ROG. On your laptop. Oh, for real? We got laptops, some beastie ass laptops, with I think mine has a 5070 in them. I was playing Doom, the Dark Ages. I ain't gonna lie. With my Xbox controller. I said, what a time to be a kid that is going to college. What a time to be alive gaming. Like, what a time to actually be getting your first bit of money that you're able to, like, I got my little bit of money here. I got my little hobby here. I'm getting into gaming. Gaming is such a rich history that you can go all the way back and play early Super Nintendo games, early Genesis games. Excuse me. You have for the youth right now, let's say you're a 20-year-old right now, and gaming is your thing. The world is your oyster. Like literally, you are at everything. You have VR that is functional, right? VR that's functional. You have gaming on your mobile that's functional. You have handhelds that are so damn powerful that you have to be tethered to a wall. You have laptops, PCs, consoles. Gaming right now is at such an all-time high. I remember when we would wait for like 1 or 2 good games a year to come out, and we all would be talking about that 1 or 2 good games. Whereas now, with the advent of Game Pass, PlayStation Plus, Steam sales is crazy. Like, Steam sales is crazy. Epic Store giving away games every week. God, thank you. It's just, the avenue of gaming is so robust, so different now, that the thoughts, the process of anybody telling you, oh, gaming is dead, or I don't see where they can go elsewhere. I was just playing Sekiro today. If anybody got a chance to see me on Frontline Gaming streams, I was playing Sekiro. And the first time I got a chance to play it, I played it, and I didn't like it because I didn't know Souls games. Shout out to Elden Ring that got me into Souls games, that got me patient, slowed me down to the point where I'm looking at patterns again. I'm looking at different things in the 3D space. I'm healing. I'm backing up. I'm fighting. I'm engaging differently. I'm learning from software games. And then I'm playing Sekiro. And after you say a half an hour or 20 minutes, it clicks. Just like that. And I am playing it like I'm playing Dark Souls, or I'm playing Black Myth, for lack of a better word, because I think Black Myth is a little bit more action oriented, but it does have Souls-like tendencies when you're doing certain things, because I'm in a Shaolin temple right now. But the heart pacing, the palpitations that you get while you're playing these games are second to none. I'm not gonna lie to you, but that rich lore is there. I started gaming from zero. I started from Pong to beep, 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 and watch it evolve into what it evolved in. So a lot of times when people see me talk about games and they like, he's glazing these dudes here, bro. Pong, okay, Pong. All right. I had an RF switch in the back of my television. Okay, just please. Don't even try to equate your gaming with my gaming when you got into this luscious gaming habit now. I got in really at the Stone Ages. All right. This thing is something that that's inside my PlayStation Plus right now, but if you don't have PlayStation Plus and you're an Xbox person and you happen to have loved Silent Hill, well, Silent Hill 2, the leaks from the Microsoft Store, it's supposed to have a November release. I believe it's November 21st, and it's official. It's coming up. They have a new listing. It's coming out on November 21st, and everybody will get a chance to play Silent Hill 2 next week. Now, part of how I like how PlayStation does their thing, listen, if you're going to copy anything that PlayStation does, do it. Copy it like the best. If they got an exclusive for a game, when the game is about to release on the next platform, when it's about to go up, then that game goes inside like their plus. And I think that's smart, right? So, boom. We had it for this time. We were selling it. Now, when y'all got it, it's now service, right? So it makes it seem like ain't no skin off our back. We still got it type of thing. I think that is the proper way to do exclusives. Whatever the exclusive deal is, like you see Stalker 2 leaving right now, right? But Stalker 2 was inside Game Pass regardless. It started off in Game Pass. I think that you do the exclusive for that period of time. But see, the structure, the business structure is different. They don't have anything like Game Pass over at PlayStation. Even though they have PlayStation Plus, they don't have anything that they can release first-party titles in that makes that service actually valuable in the sense that Game Pass is actually valuable, right? So I see it. But Silent Hill, for anybody that is looking for Silent Hill 2, that actually likes the franchise, I think Silent Hill 2 is like one of the most mind-bending ones. I didn't get a chance to play the remake, but now that it's in PlayStation Plus, I might give it a go. I'm lying. Whenever I get a chance, I'll figure it out. I got too many games I got to finish. Death Stranding, to be honest with you. I got a whole bunch of stuff. And this Arkwriters keeps popping up in my face. I'm going to have to play this Arkwriters. I think, and the reason why I like it, you see the red, the yellow, the green, you see the whole space cowboy type of feel that it has to it. That's 70s, 80s vibes. I was born in the 70s, so 70s, 80s vibes type of stuff plays well with me. I personally am looking forward to the game. I might get Arc Raiders probably like next week and just start grabbing a team, start working on that, and start playing this game. I think the game is worth it. We got two more topics that we're going to talk about, then we're going to boogie on out of here. I said Arc Raiders, right? It's Arc Raiders, right? I kept saying Arc Raiders, right? You said Stalkers not play anywhere? He said, I bet Mikey Barr used to talk shit about Sony just as you know what Mikey Barr did? Let me tell you. Mikey Barr is a gamer, and one thing I will never take away from that man is he games. When I'm talking about we were running raids in Destiny, he was running raids in Destiny. When I'm talking about we were playing PUBG, he was playing PUBG. Me and him sat there and talked for like an hour or two. I think it was probably 2 hours because me and him was kicking it. It was me and him kicking it. Then Tim and them came over after the fact, but me and him was kicking it because we was watching the show and we was kicking it. We was talking about some stuff, but we was talking about the stuff with PUBG and all this other stuff, and we were going into what we would like to see and all this other stuff. He is an absolute gamer. I can't take that away from him. I don't know what they did to him. I don't know why he's this upset. I don't understand it. I don't know. Maybe he's tumbled down a hole too far that he can't climb out. I don't know. But anytime that we had conversations, he was happy-go-lucky. It was just more about video games. Now, some other stuff happened, but that's beyond the point. But this week, the big boy is showing up. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 release date, launch times, and download size on Xbox Game Pass. Everything that you need to know. Well, the release date is February 14th. This Friday is absolutely up. You already know what this weekend is. This weekend belongs to Call of Duty. Now, if you didn't know, now you know. Now, it's going to launch local time at midnight. All across the world, you're going to have New Zealand players get hands as early as 3 a.m. PT, 6 a.m. ET, 11 a.m. GMT, November 13th. That's crazy. All right, so the download sizes on the Series X and S is roughly 107 gigs. 107 gigs, man. What are we doing here? Velocity architecture, the Kraken. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? So, is Black Ops 7 available on Game Pass? Yes, it's available on Game Pass. However, you need Game Pass Ultimate. So, you need that $30 jump off, okay? And or PC Game Pass. All right. So if you got PC Game Pass, you in there like swimwear. Okay. Black Ops 7 is it available on Xbox One? Unfortunately, yes. And for all you little Troilobites and Traglamites and for you guys that's holding us back, I can't stand every last one of you. Every last one of you. I hate you. Xbox One. Yeah, you guys got it too. I'm so sick and tired of you. What content is included with Black Ops 7 at launch? Black Ops 7 launches with the co-op campaign, multiplayer zombies mode this year. The team has also detailed multiplayer zombies maps releasing and during Season 1 already. So they include that big launch content roadmap down here below. So if you can see the content, this is the content. Let me remove my face so you can see everything. It's this is all playable at launch on the 14th. That's crazy. And with this coming in Season 1, insane. All of this and more, I think Call of Duty has definitely done everything that they said they was going to do and bringing it how they said they was going to bring it with no filters. Now, this is the big one. Pause. This is the big one. I told you guys that Xbox was coming out next year. And dudes is like, King is not coming out next year. And I'm telling you what it's going to do. And you have to understand, if they are working on these things now, and you're not, shout out to legendary Yobi. Is this live? Xbox Frontline News? What up, Dow? Yes, sir. It's absolutely live. 100%. Whenever you see the live on the front cover with the see-through red, yes, sir. My Xbox cousin family realized that when he seen my PlayStation library. That's what's up. He said, I'm not a zombie, the Call of Duty fan. But check this out. Xbox is preparing for the next gen with a ton of new Xbox GDK dev kit features. Here's what's new. Now, I'm going to show y'all a couple of things And you know what? Let me show you this other thing first. Hold on. Let me show you this other thing first. Because I want to talk about this. Because this leads to what I've been trying to explain to people for a minute. All right. Here we go. This Steam controller. Now, these pads down here, track controllers, this is supposedly a leak of the new Steam controller that's going to be available for that Steam Machine device. Now, I know they're going to call it another name. I think they're stupid. It should have deck involved with it. So this thing, I think it looks okay. Do you notice that everybody always adapts the same idea of the Xbox controller, the XAYB, and it's cool. But this is what it looks like. Looks like an Xbox controller, but it has symmetrical thumbsticks like the PlayStation. So I guess it's catering to them. They never have Nintendo games. A control deck. That's cool. A control deck. That sounds, the Steam control deck. That sounds perfect. I would roll with the Steam control deck. That sounds perfect. Who said that? Oh, okay. Curio. All right. Now, the reason why I had to show that controller is because dudes were doing this before. And they were going with this thing here. And I said, hell no. I said, no. 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 That cannot be it. If they choose to do that, that thing is not going to sell. It's going to sit on the shelf. So I'm real appreciative that it does what it does. Now, okay, so they're talking about the GDKs and the new features for the new Xbox, right? So what they're saying is Windows test bed of sorts is triggering out what's the aspects of the operating system to be improved. For that universe, Microsoft is working on how to boost Windows and how it handles the HDMI, video game shaders, and all sorts of additional stuff. We talked about that earlier with the Xbox ROG Ally and Xbox ROG Ally X. Game input. All right, the API unifies all keyboard and mouse and game pads and even custom controller models into a single unified interface, which Microsoft says is designed for low latency and thread safety, including rendered threads in both polling and... Listen, I am not a developer. All right, the new API brings the Xbox keyboard interface into a full parity with Windows. Now, remember when I said I wanted World of Warcraft and I wanted it for the Xbox console, and I think I had to wait for the new console in order to get that, and I don't want a half measure when it comes to me playing World of Warcraft. If I have to play with a smaller keyboard and mouse in my circumference with my Valari pillow, I can sit down and make sure I get it done. Good. Deliver that device to me in that manner. Give me every ability to control my game any way I choose. Don't hold back when it comes to that. And I did see that the next Xbox controller is supposed to have a type of a screen on it. Now, it's quite possible, I don't think it's necessary, but it's quite possible it doesn't have a screen. Game Xbox Game Package Manager. Game Package Manager is a new app designed to help developers streamline the game upload process to the Xbox ecosystem. The new app supports both XVC Xbox and MSI XVC PC packing from the game's loose files and then uploads via the browser based on authentication. It also supports multiple languages and multiple team workloads. All right. Remember when I said they're going to have one version of the game, but the game is going to be able to be playable on the PC and on the Xbox with no problems, right? He said 4K 60 frames, so 2013. No. They doing fake frames, bro. They're doing us dirty. So don't think, I don't think we ever get back to real frames. All right, so ARM 64 and X64 executables. At the latest GDK, developers can now declare ARM 64 and X64 executables within a single build, enabling native ARM device performance with a single package. Microsoft has been gradually working towards native Windows gaming on ARM devices, and it seems to be part of the effort. Now, remember when they was debating if there was going to be ARM chipsets inside the next gen Xbox, and I think that was Sam that said that, Brad Sams that said that, and I was watching something that he did. I didn't think they would do that. I think they would still use conventional chipsets, but OEM devices are going to be using this device, and they could have ARM chipsets inside. So again, cross-platform gaming runtime. Xbox has now surfaced the Xbox API for developers who want their games to be able to call into the Xbox authentication social features while being installed on other platforms like Steam. And developers might want to use this to support cross-platform co-op sessions on PC and other devices. They're trying to really take over. You see, I skimmed through this before I got a chance to start because, again, remember, I had to go through all the listings of the stuff that we was going to do. Game boost for devs for Xbox PC's first feature. And then they talk about the cloud. Jez, my man, is going to continue to focus hard on bringing you every aspect of everything that he knows about the new Xbox coming forward. And for a console or for a company that is supposed to be dead, 2026 is going to be the biggest year of the dead people that you've ever seen. They're closing out 2025 like gangbusters. Ninja Gaiden, what was that? The Tower Keeper. You have Outer Worlds 2. You have Call of Duty. And then probably like one or two other titles that they're going to drop before the year's out going into next year. And then from next year, they're going to hit the top of the year running all the way straight through to the end of the year where they coincide with another console. They brought you a device. Remember when we said, Sarah said that they will have a device out. They did. This is Xbox Frontline News. I try my damnedest to make sure I bring you the most positive Xbox news that you're going to get. Everything is not doom and gloom. Now, I'm not going to tell you that they don't have an uphill battle with trying to win back the trust of each and every last one of you. I'm not saying that they don't. I'm saying that they do. Now, with raising prices on consoles, on services, That's going to be a hard task. You got to start with the games. And I'm not going to lie. They delivered this year on all the games that they did drop. That Avowal, talking about a Avowal 2 is coming. Outer Worlds 2, I didn't even get a chance to crack that open yet. Game Pass is going wild. I've seen companies do a complete 180, and this is probably the biggest 180 that I've seen from a single company with as many lives as a cat. This company is fighting inside of a larger company for relevancy and staying in the zeitgeist. Every week there's new Xbox news, be it good or be it bad. But they always bring in the games. And if it's about anything, it's about the games. So even if you're on the PlayStation side, you're talking about Xbox because you're talking about the games. And if you're on the Xbox side, you're damn sure talking about the games. But you're also talking about hardware. Like, who would have known before the year was out, you would have an Xbox device that you will actually get a chance to play and actually enjoy. I actually enjoy the shit out of this. I actually do. And I finished a lot of the games. Now, I know I was under NDA and I had to because yada, yada, yada. But again, some of my best games this year has been like Ball Pit and stuff like that. Has been through Xbox Game Pass. So, I know I'm not the person always to look for negative news from Xbox. If they do something bad, I'm going to call them out, bro. But I'm a glass half full guy, not half empty. And I'm going to tell you to do what I always do. I'm going to tell you to where win is win and game is game. And I'm going to tell you, try to play the Game Pass. But I'm also going to tell you to listen to that damn good intro, B. Peace.
What's a man or a king? What's it a saying? Advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game, but shoot what said as you claim it. It's that Xbox. Spin the block, his legs slide. Fast talking, no riddling. Moonwalking, selling moonrise just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much making a portrait. Gun kick back, knock grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's a man or a king? What's it a saying? Advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game, and shoot what said as you claim it.
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Said, what you running from? What you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Said, what you running from? What you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you